Lotus, I feel like it's been so long since we recorded this podcast.
It's been a little bit longer than usual.
Maybe it's been a little longer.
10 days longer?
I'm a little rusty, but I enjoy being in this space with you.
I do. It's fun. Hey, it's nice to have hobbies with your friends.
It's nice to have shared interests.
Imagine that.
Okay, well, if you want me to start the podcast, I can. Just say the word.
Was that not you starting the podcast? I thought we were just going to segue smoothly.
When have we ever segued smoothly in this podcast?
I think there's been a few.
There have been a few times, so let's continue that with this week. And this month, in fact. Welcome back to Chaos, you guys. This is a monthly podcast where two people, Danny and Lotus, discuss the K-pop releases of the month. We're talking about May today. Just in case you weren't aware, there were K-pop releases in May.
There were some.
Actually, if you take out all of the pre-release songs and if you take out all of the B-side music videos, there weren't a lot of May releases.
No.
Now that I'm really thinking about it.
There really weren't.
So just know that we try our best every month.
We also try not to waste anyone's time. If we don't have something to say, then we usually won't put it in there. So let's see how long this is going to be.
Yeah. So let's get started. We just said we don't waste time. Triple S, the conglomerate, had a comeback.
Triple S, the amalgam.
They had their equivalent of an NCT insert year here, where you get everybody together to put out an album. And they gave us Girls Never Die with all 20... Let's say between 21 and 24 girls.
What is that?
Oh, wait. Is the album assembled 24?
There's 24. 24 because there's 24.
There's 24 of them. No, that makes sense.
I thought you were doing an elaborate bit. I just like to say to the people at home, Danny and I both always have our document open that tracks the releases, and I can see that she's looking directly at the cell that says assembled 24. So I thought you were making a joke, and I was really, or I thought you had some level of knowledge of like there was some drama that three of the members actually weren't in the music video or something. But no, that's not what it was, huh?
No, please understand that when I am ever looking at a Google Sheet, I tend to click around randomly. Just like I don't sit still very well. And so I tend to click around randomly. It just so happened that I clicked on the album I was talking about. That was not a bit, that was pure ignorance.
It's so funny to just see that bright pink highlighted box and you saying, there's some amount of them in the group.
Some unknown amount of members?
Nobody knows for certain.
Oh, but Triple S had their full group comeback, so with this, every girl has debuted in the group. Before it was, I don't know how many people had debuted, but they were in little subgroups determined by NFTs, apparently.
Yeah. And it would usually be like 8, like 7 or 8.
Or like, there were a couple of times where it was just like 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah, in the start, I don't know. But they came back with Girls Never Die, in a full album, but they came back with more than one song.
Pretty beefy album, honestly.
Yeah.
As far as K-pop goes, I should say.
As far as K-pop goes, Lotus, let me hear your thoughts on the song.
I can't knock Triple S's production capabilities, or the capabilities of whatever producers they bring in, but I think all their songs maybe sound the same.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have many notes.
That's all I really wanted to say, because, like, the song isn't bad, Generation isn't bad, Rising isn't bad, I love Girls' Capitalism. This song sounds the same as all those songs. And listening to the full album,
yes,
I couldn't tell you, like, what sound belongs to which song on the album, because they mostly sound, like, pretty much the same.
Yeah, so that's kind of exactly how I feel as well. And spoiler alert, it may be a running theme for me this month. Oh. The album isn't bad at all. but it just kind of, it's a little samey. It's that somewhat vibey sound that is good, but there wasn't much to distinguish a song from another with me. It's just, it's good. I will probably never seek out anything on this album, but like if I'm in the mood, I'd listen to the full album because it just goes.
Yeah, keep it on in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that may be just Triple S's music for me. I don't know if Mod House, that's the label they're under, uses all of these same producers. But I do think that they have a sound.
Oh,
they're
yes,
kind of establishing
100%.
themselves as having a sound very quickly.
Which I don't think is a good thing when you have different groups underneath you.
That's the thing.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like,
That's
SM has a sound, but their sound is kind of being unpredictable and weird, which has a lot of room to work within it.
Yeah.
This is a much more specific sound. I think with the kids on TikTok, because Y2K doesn't feel quite accurate. I believe the phrase the kids use, this is not a sound, but it's an aesthetic, is Frutiger Arrow or Frutiger Arrow. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, so you know when you... I need to paint you a picture. It's maybe 2006 or 2007.
Okay.
You're invited over to a friend's house. You're playing on their computer, the family computer in the family room, together. And the background is like a bunch of tropical fish swimming in water. And all the icons are like those jelly people that you would... Like the messenger icons that are like the green and blue jelly guys. And you go to their bathroom and they have the soft soap that has like clownfish in it.
Okay.
That's what that aesthetic is. And that's, to me, what this sound is, just unilaterally across the board. It's not energetic or creepy or even quite like digital enough to be Y2K.
No.
But it is that. It sounds like the clownfish trapped in the soft soap bottle.
See, what it makes me think of is a lot of the R&B, sort of like newer R&B that was coming out around the time that was like graduating high school. So like right at the end of the 2010s before hitting the 2020s, like just that period in like 2013 to 2016 where R&B was good, but you look back on it and it was boring.
Yeah. When R&B kind of all of a sudden became much less popular than it had been for a long time.
Yeah. That's kind of, it's that. So I don't have anything bad to say, but I don't have much to say, period, which also isn't very good in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, I'm not exactly feeling confident either because it doesn't seem like anything they're going to break out of anytime soon. This seems like this seems like the goal is to be this, which is me.
Because like you could say that they've had a few songs that maybe maybe 1-2 songs that don't perfectly fit in this mold, but they're still within it. They're still within the same. But again, it's not. It's the production is good.
Good.
I think it's really funny that whenever they show up to the broadcast station, they're in a full little charter bus that you go on vacation with. Like
I'm so obsessed with it. I love it.
And you just see all 24 of them, one by one, step out of that bus. I think it's really funny.
Yeah. Azalea was telling me earlier that she gets those TikToks recommended to her that are like, this is what say songs revealed about these groups, blah blah blah. And one of them was like, none of the Triple S girls really know each other that well. And all the comments are like, did you need a say song to tell you that? Because like,
imagine
there's 24. It's astonishing that the members of 17 know each other, and I sincerely believe it's only because Gose made them famous.
I would say for 17, I'd say it's probably those cheap ass dorms that they force 13 people to live in.
That's also true.
You really get to know somebody when you have 12 roommates, but 24 people who all have debuted at different times, probably have different training periods. Why would they know each other?
Why would they know? You can't even make me believe that most of the LOONA girls know each other.
Let's be honest a little bit about K-pop. Sometimes it is a job.
More often
not a
than
well-paying
not,
one, but sometimes it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, I love it. And it's always those like really old buses that still have the curtains on the windows. Like, it's
I
good.
think that's just how those buses are.
It's good regardless. It has a certain je ne sais quoi to it that I really enjoy. That's triple S. We'll see. Moving on to the Stray Kids.
The Stray Kids.
The Stray Kids had a song. There's a feature on it. I don't really care. I do unfortunately think the feature version with Charlie Puth is better than the Stray Kids version.
Really?
Yes, because with Charlie Puth, he does like whatever he does towards the end. He gets like a very late verse. Well, he has a lot of parts.
I was gonna say, isn't the first chorus his?
Yeah, he gets that, but like he also has a verse towards the end, like one of the last verses. And he does what he does on it, which I don't always love, but whatever. They replace it with, I believe, a Changbin Han rap duo. Maybe even Bong Chan's in there. I forget. I've listened to it once, but they replace Charlie Puth's little singing spoken word with rap verses that I don't think sound very good.
I find Charlie Puth very difficult to listen to, so I prefer the other version.
So, up until that part, same. I do not like the way Charlie Puth sings. I don't like his vibrato. I think it's very irritating.
He sounds like he's being physically harmed.
Yes.
Tortured, even.
But I don't know. I can't get with it. Although, I can just cut a song off halfway through and I'll be fine. But the song itself, Lose My Breath. First listen, gotta say, loved it. I've listened to it daily since then, gotta say, still love it. Don't know what it is. It's not the most... Well, it sounds like an older song, which is usually what I go for.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I like the little beat. I especially love the music video. It's got such unnecessary crunchy Foley work in there. It's my ASMR.
I did not like the lose my breath, drowning bubble, like Minecraft noises.
I love it.
I'm not fond.
It's so unnecessary. Let's say someone turns. They just turn their shoulder. You hear a It's so stupid and unnecessary. And I know they were going for drama, but it's just like, what is it in the ASMR community? Tingles? It's my tingles.
All right, girl. I'll let you have your tingles.
I love it. You hear every sound. And again, I do like the song. I think the song is super simple.
Oh yeah.
There is not much to it. I can't quite explain why my brain has just latched onto it. But I think it's because it has a slightly dated sound.
Yeah,
I like
not for me.
I didn't think it would be. I didn't listen to this and think that you would be excited about it, you know? I understand. It's okay. Oh, one last thing. I do like that. I will always like when they have Han sing in Stray Kids songs.
Oh, yes.
So very happy about that. They had Changbin singing in this as well. And I thought he sounded very good. And I think maybe they should do that a little more often than rap.
What can't those men do, frankly?
Well,
at this point?
Well, if we're speaking truthfully and honestly, they can't quite keep a beat when they're rapping, which is why they need to sing.
Fair, but I still think they're above average rappers for K-pop.
Yes, I will give them that. Oh, so is Stray Kids the all-rounder group?
I guess so.
Yeesh.
Not yeesh.
That feels crazy to say.
I mean, who else would it be?
Are we? Should we say TXT?
I mean, if you feel like lying today.
I was gonna say, like, legally, I feel like, should we say TXT?
Oh yeah, because they technically don't have positions, so they're the all-rounder group.
Right.
As if they don't have extremely obvious positions.
Legally TXT, but unofficially Stray Kids is a shockingly stable group.
I know, for a group that was effectively formed as we are a rap-heavy, like, noise group. Shockingly well-rounded.
Shockingly well-rounded. So, all right. I'm also acting as though I don't put a Stray Kids song on my playlist.
I was gonna say, you're acting like you said you have never liked them, when that is not the case.
I don't know. Something about Stray Kids. I don't know. Something about them, I say, oh, Stray Kids. And then every month I come on this podcast.
You hate to love them, and I love it.
I don't know if I like them kids, but I do.
But you like their music.
Yeah. Moving on to Yves. We talked about the official release last month, but they put out a B-side music video in May. I also listened to the full album in May, which I hadn't done in April. Mm-hmm. So in May we got Hacienda, which is a B-side off of their album. I've Switch. Love it. Love the video.
Love it. Yeah, because I actually had listened to the full album in April, and I came away from it kind of whatever. Like, I think listening to Hacienda, I was like, oh, that's a nice song. But, the MV adds a lot. And we're not even really lore people analyzing frame by frame, but the MV is just that good that it adds so much to the viewing experience. It's one of those MVs where listening to the song is fine, but what's the point of listening to it without watching the music video? What's the point?
So, like, listen, I did listen to the album, and I do really like the B-sides, which seems to just be how I feel about Yves' music in general. Mm-hmm. But, oh yeah, I would not have gone to that album without this music video. It's sort of a magical girl video, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I would
like,
say
they have a wand, they have a scepter that they're protecting from their, like, doppelgangers. More or less. There's the Yves girls, and they're very sweet, and then it's the other Yves, and they're not sweet.
They're bad girls.
They're bad girls, actually.
It was the kind of magical realism that is, like, in the modern era of K-pop, very TXT coded, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Where, like, everything kind of seems normal, and there's a little bit of magic, and then the shit just goes off the rails, kind of inexplicably, but we're still clearly in the real world, so, I mean, I loved it. I do want to say before I forget, because I was very shocked when I first started watching the music video. There's the part where Jesus is sort of the main character of this video, right? And the members, they're playing like Marco Polo or something. They all go underwater. They come back up. Jesus is gone. They're running through the house trying to find her. And not present in the song, only in the music video, is a member yelling like, just like yelling like a noise, and it makes me laugh every time because it sounds like that cat on TikTok that's like, yeah. It sounds exactly the same. Like, they're clearly not saying Jesus. I don't speak Korean, or I don't understand Korean, I should say. So I don't know what the word is supposed to be, but it just sounds like, yeah. And it makes me laugh. And then everything else is perfect, but it tickles me.
It's such like an echoey, faded out little yell too.
So echoey. That is an empty house made of concrete and glass.
Oh yeah, and I love the music video. There comes a point where they're fighting against themselves, and it is.
I love it so much.
They do not do the best job at convincingly like fighting themselves.
No, that's why it's perfect. But I need you to understand that that's why it's perfect.
It's exactly what I think an video needs.
As a woman and a homosexual, I've never been so well fed by a music video, perhaps.
Just the weakest little punches, nothing's connecting. It's clear they're not 100% sure where their opposite side is going to be like CG'd in. It's very good.
Which can I say is, I will say the one letdown is, okay, overall, we have 5 sets of outfits in the video, right? We have the casual outfits. We have the, like, good witch ritual outfits, which are, like, very Sailor Moon-y, like, flowy white and silver clothing. Then we have the bad witch ritual outfits, which are, like, black dresses mostly. Then we have the bad witch fight outfits, which are the best outfits in the fucking music video, where there's a lot of cute little glasses and like suiting. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Good Witch fight outfits, which look like a generic Tekken alt costumes. Everyone has on a maroon red wig, and then a short sleeve, like slightly puffy blouse, and then either little shorts or a little skirt. And so the thing that's funny about like them not always being able to tell where the person they're fighting is going to be is that you cannot tell who any of the members are from the back. So they could fully, not just members, you could just have a stunt double.
They wanted to do it themselves.
Going for something so campy, though, I would love if there were sections where there are obviously stunt doubles. Like that are just wearing wigs and vaguely the same outfit. Like, you know when you watch a movie and you're like, this is clearly an actor wearing a fake beard and a wig.
Like, just
I love when that happens.
In the middle of a scene, it's like, no, this body type has changed drastically.
Why are they so much shorter all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Like, I just wish that just happened randomly. And then the only other knock, and this is such a random thing, I don't even know how this happened. At the end of the music video, the scepter gets lost. It washes up on the beach. You see two little feet pitter patter up to it. Oh, it's like a little girl who's like just at the beach with their family. And then the camera pulls out to the little girl taking the scepter back to her family. She's got shoes on all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. What happened? I just think it's a weird thing that was in there.
What happened was that sand got too hot on those 5-year-old feet. And they said, fuck it. Keep the shoes on.
It takes 2 seconds. It's just one of those weird things that like I can't not notice it anymore.
Because it's also, she's wearing, like, it's not as if she has on a flip-flop. It looks like a full, like, red water shoe.
Yeah, she has, like, bright red or bright orange children's water shoes on. Like, they are so loud.
Yeah. We don't need continuity.
Yeah, well, if you look at the frame side by side, it must mean that there's parallel universes where this is happening. What's the Good Witch universe and what's the Bad Witch universe? Makes you think.
I would love to be on the side of the internet that looks at an Yves video and says, let's theory craft.
A little bit of theory crafting is fun, but, you know, sometimes you need a certain amount. You need 1 foot in reality, right?
I would say at least.
At least one.
At least. Good video, though. Exactly what was needed.
It's a great video. I mean, I'm still terrible with the Yves members' names, especially in this music video where half of the time it's them, but in a different outfit and completely different hair. God forbid I know anyone's name. Whoever has the romper suit with the glasses and the little like Gundam ears, I'm stealing the outfit. I've seen too many transparent rimless glasses that I want. Yoon in Stacy ASAP when she has the purple outfit on. It's happened too many times. I'm getting rimless glasses. I want them so bad. They're so cute. She looks so good. It's crazy.
I, as a child, was victimized by rimless glasses. So
that's right. I remember you showed me.
So while I do think it is a very good look, I could never touch it. So I do hope you find some soon.
I think if they're tinted, it'll be better. But no, I was not victimized by rimless glasses. I was victimized by small rectangular glasses.
Do the combo. Rimless, small rectangular, and transition lenses.
So, remember when we were kids, transition lenses were lame.
Transition lenses were the worst thing your parents could do to you as a child.
Transition lenses were the kind of thing that a janitor had, and you looked on the janitor for no discernible reason. Because, did he need those transition lenses?
Why do you need those transition lenses? You didn't want to be the kid who came inside from recess or gym, and you had to wait for your glasses to slowly transition back to transparent. You didn't want to be that person.
I mean, I already wear glasses, so like clearly I'm prone to eating total shit. You cannot also make the glasses suddenly become darker or lighter. It'll be curtains for me. Back on topic. Do you remember the part in the music video where they all turn into rats?
Yeah, the bad witches turn into rats.
I know. The thing is, too, though, because there's so many outfit changes, when the big fight scene was going on, I was like, wait, which ones? Who am I rooting for again? Because the ones in the nicer outfits seem to be evil, but I like how they look a lot more. And then they all turn into rats.
They turn into rats. Okay.
Okay.
Y'all tell me what it's about.
Just make something up.
Shall we talk about more K-pop releases within the realm of girl groups?
We only have so much.
aespa?
Only so much left to go.
Or, excuse me, aespa?
aespa. Shouldn't it technically be aespa? Because of the AE?
Yeah, but it's neither aespa nor aespa. It's aespa.
Oh, you're right.
Uh-huh. It should be, but it's neither. Because it's not my it's my I. My They came out with their first full album, which is record-breaking. Because I don't think aespa's that old of a group, right? Like 2020? Yes, end of 2020, aespa debuted.
I was going to say, if not, then 2021.
Astronomical that they got a full album this soon. I'll leave it for now. Let's just talk about the singles. Pre-release and official single. We'll start there.
So many.
I'm only talking about Supernova and Armageddon. If you want to do more, Lotus, you go ahead. I won't.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of them.
If you want to discuss them, please go ahead. I'll sit quiet. They put out Supernova. We'll start there. I think the video is absolutely amazing. I think the video...
yes, it's good.
They've got Karina with the snaggletooth. They've got Winter hovering. Ning Ning is just hanging out on live. And Giselle is transforming into something.
Transforming into something and also beleaguered by her psychotic friends, which I'm kind of obsessed with.
I love how absolutely... And, gosh, I don't remember how far it is into the music video, but where she's like holding her phone or something, just looking to the sky, slightly vibrating. So good.
This is like it's like the unrestrained cousin of I've Hacienda, where objectively there is a story going on, but following it matters even less. Even
less. I love it. The song, I think is one of my favorites. I don't think I've liked a song this much since like their first whatever album had like Yeppy Yeppy on it.
I think that's the Next Level album.
It's Next Level album? Okay.
I'll double check while you talk, but I think so.
But I've liked aespa songs, but I haven't like really gotten down to an aespa song where I wanted to add it to any sort of playlist even momentarily since whatever that album is. Supernova came out immediately. Very excited for the album. I think the song is good. It's got a little bit of industrial funk. It has... I know this isn't the sample that they use in... I believe it's one of the later choruses, isn't from this song, but I think it popularized the sample. There is a part in Twerkulator by City Girls.
Okay.
Yes. aespa Supernova samples the same song that Twerkulator samples. And that's just a really good connection for me.
It feels good, it feels right.
It feels good, it feels right. It feels like this is music for girls.
It also feels right that going off that they did not try to twerk in the chorus or the dance break, I should say.
Not
because
even
with that
a
kind
little.
with that kind of beat, there is a danger. Also, I was wrong. It's the Savage album. My bad.
Okay, that makes sense. I like
mini
Savage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good sample, good sound. When Karina just goes, body, bang, bang, bang.
It's so
bang,
good.
bang.
It's so stupid homosexual music. I also this is really related to the music or the song, but the music video. Winter blonde with painted on freckles looks so psychotic, complimentary.
Yes.
Where, like there's, bringing it back to the ASMR that you talked about earlier, there's this very common, or I guess I should say popular kind of ASMR that's like, weird girl is obsessed with you ASMR, like weird girl plays with your hair in the back of class. That's that Winter. Nothing else makes sense for the look. She looks insane.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a really fun music video. I like it when we have fun, when we have music videos and people don't go, "What, this music video is unhinged. Whoa, it's so crazy." You guys weren't in the trenches in second gen or what? Y'all don't know, y'all ain't never listened to music before?
See, the answer to that is usually no, they
I
weren't.
know.
No, they
But
don't.
can't you
listen to
imagine
music.
having fun?
No. No.
Okay.
But that's why we're here, because we can imagine having fun. We've seen it.
We've had fun before.
We know what fun looks like.
So we can expect to continue to have fun.
Yes.
Which is sometimes too high of a bar to clear.
Moving on. There were a bunch of other B-side single videos released.
Making a big deal for their first album.
Making a big deal. I didn't really like any of the pre-release songs or videos that they put out, and for whatever reason, it didn't make me think, "Ooh, this may not be the album for me." I just said, whatever, don't like them, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Armageddon came out. That is the single off this first full album. I think visually, the music video visually combined with Supernova is very good. I think it's one of their most creative music videos they've ever done. I think the choreography is pretty good.
Easily their best choreo.
Easily their best choreography. I like it. This even, and frankly, even the music videos for their other B-sides, a lot of them. I think this album had the potential to be such a strong album in every sense.
Mm-hmm.
The creative direction was really good. They all looked really good, just in terms of outfits and makeup, how they danced, how they performed. The music, though.
The music, Armageddon.
It's
tough.
not. It's there are parts of it that I think I like.
It sounds like a Le Sserafim song that snuck onto Earth.
Yeah. It sounds it really sounds, but like there's still a little bit of SM in there. It just sounds like a Le Sserafim song produced by.
It's a little more Le Sserafim. It's a little more got the beat.
Yeah.
It's not very aespa.
Ooh, I almost lisped every word.
Oh, I heard that if.
I caught that lisp bad.
Sometimes, the people need to be reminded that when we joke about the lisp, it's because we both have lisps.
We've got speech impediments over here. But yeah, it's not quite us, but not all the way through. And if we were to extend that thought to the album, I did listen to that full album. I skipped a couple of songs because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is not a good album.
No, I think the thing is, there's no song. Armageddon, I would say I dislike, but it's not a strong. I don't hate it or anything. It's not a strong dislike.
Yeah.
But there's no other song that I really like. I would say most of the songs are fine. There's a couple that are good, and then Supernova is just inexplicably excellent.
Yeah. See, I feel like Supernova inexplicably excellent. Armageddon passable. The rest of it skippable.
Oh, extremely skippable, but I think they sound fine. Like, I think Licorice and Long Chat are both solid songs, but I'm not gonna listen to them.
Yeah, for me, one step below solid.
Okay, a 4 or a 5.
A 4, yeah, which is so surprising. aespa makes pretty good music.
They make pretty good B-sides. Yeppy Yeppy, a B-side? Are you fucking kidding me?
Their B-sides have always been really strong. And this album just felt a little bit of a mixed bag, but not in the best way.
Yeah, like the creative direction team went apeshit, but
yeah, because it's not even an album that I feel sounds super cohesive. No, they did a lot of different shit on this album, and a lot of it is just different than what aespa normally does, which is fun. I just wish I liked it more.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I think I would have easily, based on the concept photos and stuff, easily bought this album otherwise.
Yeah, if I liked a couple more songs, I would already own it. I do want to, for a last bit, unless you have anything else to say, point out one thing I just remembered about the Supernova music video that makes me laugh. So if the concept is the eyes and Novice and having like the alternate selves and how sometimes it's a question of like which one is real and which one is fake, I am completely and totally obsessed with Giselle getting stuck with one of the AI like tests. For like half of the music video, when she's on her phone, she's trying to get through one of those tests that's like, are you a robot? Please pass this little test so you can go to our website. And she's just staring at it. So I just like to imagine that like they just can't pass those, whether they're human or not. The idea is so objectively funny to me. Of them just like, which one of these is a fire hydrant? Gosh.
They're stuck on that caption.
I would just really like if that was something going forwards.
You know, it's been a few years. Let's switch up the eye lore a little bit.
Let's switch it up a little bit, because also, if there's one thing that's become exceptionally clear, especially by them being notably very absent, it's that those avatars don't look great.
No.
They didn't look great when they came out. They really don't look great now. They still have the same outfits from what I remember, and the same hair and everything. So let's move on, and maybe we can make it a little bit more doppelganger-y, because that's always a good time.
Because it's very clear that money is not being put into those eyes.
No. At least not enough money.
Not enough. Let it go.
Let it go.
Just make the aespas, they are their own eye. That's powerful. Actually.
That's powerful. I mean, to be fair, didn't they always have like the same superpowers?
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Forget it.
I don't know. But I'd be fine if we never saw those eye again.
I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Denise Richards again.
Now, what did Denise do to you?
No. Just a phrase. I guess someone on like a Housewives or something said this.
Yeah.
And then Trixie Mattel said it on an episode of and now occasionally I just feel like saying it. It's a really an earworm.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
We've got more girl groups to get through. Oh,
we have like
man.
1.5 more things to talk about.
So, ring the alarms, sound the alarms, cheer, blah, 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 because all of LOONA has re-debuted officially.
Yay! Loonionization complete.
It's complete. Yves has dropped her solo mini album. I think there are 3 to 4 songs on it. With the single Loop featuring Lil Cherry. Just so real quick, Lil Cherry is a female rapper in Korea. She went viral a little while ago because she was on one of those. It's one of like, there are a lot of channels that do it now where they put an artist who is maybe a little underground or indie, usually, in a room with just one mic, and the room is all one color, and they perform a song. And her song was something like, I want to eat, eat, eat. It was a really shitty rap. It was actually it was actually pretty fucking bad, and it felt like a joke at first. And she's featuring on this album, and I don't think she's playing. I think that just may be her.
Yeah, I do think that is just her rap style, which I don't like. I think it's extremely grating.
Yes.
I don't think that there's a self-awareness there of like campy doll music.
No.
You know?
No.
It doesn't have the self-awareness of like a Charlie XCX, who also, released this month. Well, I'm saying this month, in June. And yeah. No, I think the verses are very bad, which is a shame, because the song is pretty good. Yves sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This album, or even just the single, is another one for me where there is nothing bad with the song. It's very reminiscent to music I used to like. but I've kind of circled back in music taste to liking something with a little bit of weirdness to it, usually.
Yeah,
A little more energy.
A little more energy. Yeah, one thing that I couldn't like stop thinking about, even though I really do quite like the single, and I mean, I think the whole EP is like pretty solid. It's only 4 songs, and it should only be 4 songs. It's like exactly the right length. But yeah, one thing I just could not stop thinking about when listening to the title or watching the music video is like, is this just what female solo debuts like are now?
Yes.
Like, does everybody just kind of have the same song where they do like a kind of lackluster whacking routine to it? Except for Lee Chaeyeon with Knock, who did a not lackluster whacking routine. But it's still, like, the sound is still the same. Chaeyeon sounds like this, Yves sounds like this, Chungha sounds like this, Kwon Eun-bi sounds like this. So, like, is this just what it is now?
The problem, I feel, is that musicians like Pink Pantheress and, who is that producer DJ who works with everybody?
A.G. Cook?
No. A little less. K Tronda?
Oh, K Tronada.
K Tronada, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There's an understanding that the music they make is really good and trendy and timeless in a way. But there's a lack of understanding about what makes it good. And so you get songs that sound very similar and are like, yeah, these are good songs. They're listenable. Like there's no problem listening to this. But they lack a specific something that makes it good and interesting.
They lack an underground anything. They lack transgressive and or progressive lyrics, usually. Or like any sort of theming that way. I feel like that sound is often about like sexual liberation and centering women, which are 2 concepts that are very incompatible with K-pop, unfortunately.
Like, even if you want to take the lyrics away, because I never know what the fuck Pink Panthers is saying half the time.
Yeah, it's true.
The production is a little too clean.
Yeah, it sounds like there's instruments missing sometimes.
Yeah, and so like that's how I felt with Triple S. It's how I felt with Yves' album, and spoiler alert, it is frankly also how I felt about ARTMS or ARTMS. Is it?
I always say ARTMS, but it is technically ARTMS.
It's how I feel about their album as well, but we'll get to that. So yeah, it's when a girl group wants to kind of have a moment where they're a little more mature without the like itsy girl boss type of music, they go for this. And it's always, I'd say 9 times out of 10, good, but lacking.
Good, but lacking. Extremely safe.
Safe, when I just don't think that this is supposed to be safe music.
Yeah, you're not gonna have that much longevity in a solo career by being safe, I think.
No.
At least not this safe.
No.
You gotta sprinkle some other stuff in there.
Yeah. At most, like, you'll get, like, the young gay vote for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Until they forget about you.
Uh-huh. So, if I mentioned it, let's talk about this ARTMS debut. We haven't talked about Lucemble.
No, I guess we really haven't
on this podcast, because they are the other chunk of LOONA. I believe Chu and Yves are the only LOONA members who are soloists right now.
Yes, I think so. Correct.
So ARTMS just debuted. They are only 5 LOONA members, so a big chunk is in Lucemble, but we haven't talked about them. So they came out with this debut album. Prior to this album, they released multiple pre-release singles. We talked about the first one, Birth, and then decided we would not speak on it until the full album came out. I don't have anything to say. I think the album is I think the album is good all the way through. Same shit, different album. after listening to it, I said I could save this whole album from I'm in the mood to listen to something kind of in the background, but not a single song is something I'm like remembering to put on my playlist.
Yeah, it would eat as a video game soundtrack. Like just playing while you do other stuff.
It's great background music, and not even in a rude way where it's easy to ignore. It's just very good music to have something good on while you're also doing something else. It's good multitasking music.
Yeah, I'll defend Birth and the title Virtual Angel as being good and significant standalone songs. The other pre-releases, literally whatever, especially Air, which is to a certain extent a redux of Air Force One, the subunit song. I had to try really hard not to say Air Fuck One, like that Vine that I really like. There's another song which is kind of depressing called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Depressing because I like that series, novel series, very good. And I also think that song starts out really, really interesting with some nice vocals and then immediately becomes like the most generic song I have heard in the past couple of years. It's like every single like sample that you've heard in 15 different K-pop songs in the last 5 years, it's just that, like over and over again. It is such a disappointing song.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I agree with, yeah. I don't dislike it. I just, I don't know. I hate like not knowing how I feel about a whole album so much more than the feeling of knowing I hate an album. Like, obviously, because a definitive answer is a nice answer.
A definitive answer with something to talk about is often a lot more fun than, it's all right, I guess. I'm not going to think about it, but it's all right.
But yeah, it's all right, I guess. Like, Birth was really fun and good. Virtual Angel is good. I think Candy Crush is, I mean, we've heard this song a million times, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's a pretty album.
Yeah.
The LOONA members,
beautiful gowns.
LOONA was releasing a lot of strange music towards the end, but they are a group of very good singers, or at least mostly good singers, and I'd say all of them are chilling in ARTMS right now. So that was nice. They sound pretty in a way that is very nice on the ears. I just wish I liked this album more. I just wish. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Can we address the elephant in the room now?
Please do.
That the Virtual Angel music video released in a completely fucking unacceptable state.
Oh, that is correct.
This, I'm not being funny. I'm not EFE. I'm not exaggerating for effect. This should be illegal. You should not be able to do this. Because the thing about a disclosure, especially for someone's safety, is that it needs to be in a position where they can't not know about it and skip it on accident. For the folks playing at home who may not know, the ARTMS Virtual Angel official music video released and has such intense, bright, strobing, flashing lights that it's giving people with like no vision impairments, no history of seizures or epileptic fits or anything, like migraines and shit. It is so bad. It is unwatchable for most people. It also doesn't have an actual epilepsy warning at all.
No.
And there's like K-pop in general does have a problem with this where they treat flashing lights like very casually. I would say that like if you are someone who is who could easily be induced into epilepsy, watching K-pop MVs without having someone like vet them for you is actively like kind of dangerous. But like this could kill you. Deadass, this could just fucking kill you, the main music video. The only form of an epilepsy warning before everybody tries to get fucking up in arms is that if you have the subtitles on before you get into the video, you have about 2.5 seconds to read the epilepsy warning in the subtitles, not on screen.
Yes.
Which is unacceptable. Like, there's no excuse for this shit. It's also in every single language, so you can't even argue that this is like, oh, this is only something that's bad in America because of the American fucking treatment of people, the ADA, like whatever. It makes absolutely no sense. It's in every single language. I checked. There's no reason that this music video should have come out this way. I think it's genuinely harmful. I think it's really, really, really fucking stupid. I think it's unwatchable, even if you do not have epilepsy problems. And I have no idea why they did this. The thing that really pisses me off is that a few days later, they released ARTMS, a virtual angel, human eye version, official music video. And like, that's fine in the sense that I agree that they needed to put out a fixed version. And I can understand to an extent, like, you know, music show wins and views and whatever are very important. I can understand why they wouldn't take down or unlist the other video. However, if you are stupid enough to give ARTMS credit for putting out this other version of the video because it's lore, like, I can't even properly describe how fucking ridiculous that is. I think that calling it human eye version is like a really fun and humorous and like interesting way to capitalize off of the massive mistake that you made that might have hurt people. And unfortunately, like, it does actually seem to have been successful in tricking some fans into thinking that this was all intentional. Like, the thing is, the idea that this was planned out for the sake of lore is worse.
It is.
There's one version of the story where Mod House just did not think about this. It got through everybody. People had been looking at it for too long. They've been working on this too long. They said it looks great, fits the concept, put it out there, and they just did not think about it. And then they said, oh fuck, maybe we should put in an epilepsy warning in the subtitles just in case. Oh god, everyone's mad. Maybe we'll put out another version. That's one version of the story. The other version of the story, where the human eye version was always planned, and this is lore, means that Mod House was happy to release a music video that could hurt people and did so knowingly and intentionally. And if that was intentional, then like, why doesn't the epilepsy warning appear anywhere outside of the optional subtitles that you can miss? Why isn't it an in-video warning? You know, one thing I think a lot of people really liked, aespa's Drama MV, and it had this little bit in the beginning where it's trying to introduce like the concept of some sort of lore, some sort of supernatural thing going on. And it's like, you know, don't make direct eye contact and don't look in mirrors at night or something like that. You could have just put that in as an actual epilepsy warning and also a lore thing, and then it would have been totally fine. But please do not delude yourself into believing that this is all part of Jaden Zhong's grandmaster plan for Artemis's fucking lore. I really wish that the human eye version was the main version, and then like the virtual angel version, or like angel version, odd eye version, whatever you want to call it, was like a promotional video. But no, instead they did something fucking stupid.
And I get, like, if this was all so perfectly planned out, at the very best, that simply means that they don't give a fuck over at the Mod House. Which is like, why would you want that to be the narrative?
I don't want it. That's worse.
I just don't know why that would be the narrative. Because, like, it makes no sense. They're virtual angels. They only exist in the digital realm. So you can't see this video because you aren't a virtual angel. You have to use your human eyes. Frankly, as a concept, it could use a little more time in the oven. Even if we're going with this, it could use some workshopping regardless. There's no winning here.
Also, even in the human eye version, there's a shitload of flashing.
Yes,
it's not bad enough to cause most people migraines, but I think it's still technically like hitting I'm not a professional or anything, but I think it's kind of getting a little too close for comfort.
Yes, because the original video wasn't just bad because they were changing. Literally, frames were changing every second. It's because it was also a flashing frame that would change every second of bright lights. The video is not the most watchable in any form.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lore.
I think, and this will be the last thing I say about K-pop this month. The word aesthetic has ruined our lives. Our quality of life has dropped immensely ever since the word aesthetic became the buzzword of the decade.
Right, a buzzword instead of something that like art history majors use to describe chapels.
Instead of something that usually has another qualifier on it. It's what is the aesthetic? It's just aesthetic.
It's aesthetic.
we're worse because of it, K-pop is worse because of it.
God damn.
I mean, would you disagree?
I can't say I would. I think the internet is much worse because of it.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but...
why I usually try to put on qualifiers.
Absolutely. The internet is worse because of it, but what is pop culture if not a reflection of the internet?
Oh. She's using that degree.
She's using that degree she never got.
But you got a fair way into it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I was a smooth maybe 45 credits away from graduating, and I said, I can't do this. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's K-pop. We're here to have fun. That's May.
Oh, wait, we do have one thing. Because in our April episode, we, as a joke, were like, everybody go comment on YouTube. And I didn't realize the previous month, Alexandria had commented on the YouTube. So thank you, Alec, for being our number one YouTube commenter.
Our number one YouTube commenter.
I had no idea that anyone had done it. For a while, I didn't actually know that you could comment on them because I thought podcasts were separate. But no, they're regular old videos. So thank you for fulfilling our greatest dreams of having people comment on the YouTube.
I don't even know how to find our podcast on YouTube. That's amazing.
Well, it's a shame because K-YOS is also the name of like a rapper.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
I think if you look up Chaos Podcast, will show up. I think.
Let's see. Okay. Oh,
yeah, you give it a go.
I have to add the K-pop. You have to have the K-pop, otherwise you get a bunch of VTuber compilations.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that's kind of strange is that YouTube podcasts are definitely designed to have one podcast per channel. So because our channel is not called Chaos, but the podcast is called Chaos, it can get kind of confused.
Yeah. So regardless, thank you for the comments. If you like this episode, please, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh,
it is what keeps...
Don't make people think that we do this regularly.
It is what allows
YouTube showed us that 99% of our viewers actually aren't subscribed.
It is what allows us to keep doing this every week. Without you guys, this would not be possible. Please always support on the Patreon. Follow us on Twitter. And turn on your notification bell so you know when we drop our next episode.
And join the subreddit. It's just, that's what keeps us going. Thank you for your support. As always, without it, we literally would not have a podcast. You're so shady.
How?
Not how! The most impossible question you could have asked, you villain.
That's how you get away with shit.
By lying?
By lying.
A bold-faced lying.
Oh, well, happy May. June is coming. Hopefully that's a better month. We'll see. Maybe the second half of the month will be really good.
July Stacy, yay!
But July Stacy. Wait, no, there's something happening in June.
Is it? Late June then?
Rise comeback. I know Impossible was like 7 weeks ago, but they are finally pulling up to the release date after that pre-release.
God.
I think Red Velvet is having something this month very, like, quickly.
Oh yeah, because hey, John.
You know. Red Velvet.
Welcome back, Distracting Queens.
Red Velvet has at least 5 albums just sitting. And so whenever something crazy goes down in SM land, they say, ladies, it's time for that photo shoot. You're putting out an album.
I was going to say, could you briefly explain to people who might not know what we are talking about?
So, honestly, this news did not get as much traction as you would expect for a scandal regarding NCT members. But,
oh, no, I meant we can go over that too, but I meant in general. This idea of Red Velvet comebacks being scheduled a very particular way.
Timing is a silly, silly thing. Because allegedly, apparently, Red Velvet comebacks, or at least the announcement of their comebacks, always tend to happen right around the time an NCT boy group members get into some shit. Whenever something's happening,
just SM in general, right? Because there's a couple EXO ones as well.
Yeah, whenever something is a little funky over in the SM world, that Red Velvet announcement isn't far off.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it was with NCT, a couple of NCT members. And, NCT's got to be real careful. They're starting to lose members to the military. They don't have much going on right now. But regardless, I'll take it. Hey. The concept photos so far, beautiful. But that's Red Velvet.
That's true. It's hard for them to not be beautiful. Because even when they had that quirky, just ludicrous concept, they're still beautiful.
They're still beautiful. But that is May. If you would like to find us, you can find me, Danny, one co-host in Twitch. I mean, technically, you could find me there at Danny Lavangela. But your girl's got a full-time job now.
Mm-hmm.
Which means your girl's not doing much of anything online. But perhaps there may be a whisper from time to time in those two locations.
Yeah.
We also have a Patreon, and we also have finally created a sort of combined Pressed Petals collective Discord, which is a very nice place to be in, I think.
It's pretty chill. You can find that through the Patreon, because I will not be attempting to read a Discord link out loud. Thank you.
No. Go to our Patreon. In order to find the Discord link on Patreon, you have to first click on the button that has you become a patron to the highest tier, and then you'll find the link. Just go through there and you'll find it, and you can hang out on Discord. Yeah. Lotus, where can they find you?
You can find me at Lotus Loves Lotus just about anywhere. I'm also just Lotus on co-host. Hang out there quite a fair bit. Hang out in the Discord quite a fair bit. Also not been streaming as much. It's been quite a while. I need to fix my camera. I need to fix a bunch of stuff on my computer. And hey, maybe eventually I will be back to it. Yeah, we continue to write about games and books and whatever on the Patreon. Those are always released free eventually. So yeah, feel free to, be a free member and whatnot. See what's going on.
Yeah, I guess I should say I was lying earlier when I said you had to.
You were lying. You can be a free member on Patreon and see everything. It's just like how you track stuff more easily.
Yeah, I was lying. You don't have to pay. But you do have to support us. And you do that by listening to this podcast, sharing it with your friends, retweeting us, and liking our TikToks, basically. So for everybody who does that, thank you so much.
And everyone who doesn't?
Everyone who doesn't, actually, you can... I almost took a joke too far. Let's end the podcast right here.
Let's end the podcast right now. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.